Hey everyone, Clay from Brooklyn Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. So I know a few days ago I put out a video saying here's a way that Shane can keep his job. Not so much. Now I'm ready to show you why we need to fire Shane and Dable today. And Shane Bowen, of course, that goes without saying. But most importantly, we need to fire Joe Shane today and then let the new GM decide whether he wants to keep Brian Dable, which I think is highly unlikely, but if that's what he wants, I would give him that opportunity. But Shane has to go. And there's a lot of people talking about why he has to go. A lot of people have been putting out posts explaining the disastrous moves he's made over the years. He's had 4 years now, 4 drafts, et cetera, et cetera. But that's all from the this is what Shane is doing wrong perspective, which is a long laundry list, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying to you, I think that there are some reasons from the this is what's in the Giants' best interests perspective that are even more important. And here's a few of them. So reasons for why we should fire Shane and Dable now, as in today. First and foremost, we give us a head start on all the other teams that will be looking to replace their head coach and or GM this offseason. There's no competition, no salary wars, no bidding wars, just our job offer if we do that today. They can't go shopping. They can't compare bids. They can't say, well, the other team's offering me a little bit. No, there's no, you can't leave the building till you sign. No, there's one job open if we fire Shane today. So you take it or leave it, but that's the only job offer you have because that's the only job offer in place. It also would give that new person plenty of time to get their staff in order, especially their scouting department. Remember when Shane's first year, he was complaining about, I didn't really have enough time to prepare for the draft. I had to use Gettleman's, scouting department, which is to me nonsense because he already worked for Buffalo. It's not like he was sitting on his couch unemployed, whatever. But if we fired Shane today and get a GM in here today, he'll have from basically November 1st until the Senior Bowl to get his own scouting department in place. That should be plenty of time to start that whole process of Senior Bowl, combine, draft. Number 2, it would show our current players that we are not giving up on the season, that we're still holding everyone accountable for their performances this year, including the front office and the coaching staff. So I think that's the kind of spark that we need to, infuse this team with. I think there's some people who are looking like they're kind of giving up. Not intentionally. I'm not saying these are grown men, they're paid well. I'm not saying that they're consciously giving up, but I think seeing your head coach and or GM fired would relight that spark. So number 3, it would show the new GM that we are not going to tolerate mediocrity indefinitely and that we think we have a roster that is worthy of more and better results than we're getting now and have gotten over the last 4 years. Now, prior to this regime, the Shane Dable regime, we had gone through head coaches in 2 years, for I think the last 3 head coaches before him. But now we're looking at a regime that's been here 4 years and gotten worse each year. So I think we want to make sure that the new head coach and GM know that that's not going to play moving forward. We're not going to do the whole, okay, we fired people too fast before, so now we're going to keep them longer than we should. No, when you deserve to be fired, if you deserve to be fired, you will be. Okay, number 4. A new high-level, high-quality, top-tier GM and head coach, for that matter, should be easy to convince to come here. I think this is a plum job because they will, in effect, have 3 first-round picks. I think I'm the first person to say this. I'm certainly the first person I've heard say this. Here's why I say it. Because Neighbors and Scatterblue will be back next year. Neighbors and Scatterblue are clearly first-round worthy players, right? There's not going to be 32 players in the first round next year better than Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterblue. I'm not sure there's going to be 10, but there will definitely not be 32. And both of them are still on their rookie deals. So for all intents and purposes, if you look at the season's end, the roster at the end of this season, if you look at the roster today for that matter, and compare it to the roster of week 1 next year, it's like we have 3 first-round picks being added to that roster because that roster is going to have Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterblue and whoever we pick in the first round, in addition to what we have now, which is a very promising looking young rookie quarterback. So we'll have 4 key players: Dart, whoever we pick in the first round, Neighbors, and Scattergood, all on rookie deals. That's not even including Abdul Carter, who is also on a rookie deal. So I think we have a really plum job opportunity for a GM who knows what he's doing and a head coach who knows what he's doing, neither of which we have right now. So I just think that, as I mentioned here, you could also argue that Dexter will be another year removed from his injury and perhaps re-energized and reignited with his passions to be here if he sees that we're moving in the right direction. So that team, September of 2026, should be significantly better than the team today. And the team today, well, maybe not today, but in the last few weeks, we've played some parts of really good games and some really good games, right? We should have beat Denver. We did beat the Chargers, right? We did beat the Eagles. We should have beat the Saints. But the fact is, the roster, even and Jackson Dart has played less than 1/2 of one game with Malik Neighbors. So the team that we have should be competitive already. So when you add Malik Neighbors and Cam Scattergood and a healthier Dexter Lawrence and whoever that first round pick is, not that that's the only pick we're going to get, right? We're going to have a second round pick. We're going to have a fourth round pick. We don't have a third, but we'll be adding some of the players. Presumably might even add someone in free agency, although we're already over the cap, the effective cap for next year. So I don't know how many people we're going to add, but I think we could add one and or retain 1 or 2 key players like Cordell Flott and Jermaine Illuminor. But I think that the new GM can figure those things out, right? Joe Schoen has also been very hesitant about using void years. He's a very conservative GM as far as contracts. I don't see a whole lot of large incentive clauses in many of our players' contracts. So not likely to be earns and void years may be 2 tools that the new GM brings along with him to kind of allow him to make some Howie Roseman type moves and get a better roster next year than we appear to have cap space for. In any event, that's a lot that a new GM will have to consider and to weigh. And again, when no other job is on the table. So I think it's important that we fire Schoen and Dable now, especially Schoen, and get that head start on the rest of the league and look to make 2026 really a major improvement. Look at teams like the Patriots, who are now 7-2 and in first place in their division, who, for the last couple of years have been mediocre at best. We can do that. Look at Washington last year, who made it to the NFC Championship game after having, a top 5 overall pick. We can make that kind of leap if the right people are directing us, and right now they are not. We do not have the right people directing us. Okay, so there's my rant, and there's my reasonings why I think this is going to be a great job for a good GM, but we have to act fast and act now. Again, Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. I want to know what you think. That's what I think. But drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And Mazo, I'm sure you're going to follow up with some of your own thoughts about this. So until next time, peace.
Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.